What we all want in this world is to absolutely kill any social interaction by captivating everyone's attention with our powerful presence and articulation. But when the question comes to how, we encounter a problem. Here comes the phase 1, the death of the people pleaser. Most of you are walking through life like ghosts. Invisible, white, and terrified of making a ripple. You think being nice earns you respect. It doesn't. It earns you a seat at the back of the room. It makes you a background character in your own life. If you want to kill every social interaction and captivate everyone's attention, you have to stop asking for permission to exist. Real power isn't about being the loudest, it's about being the most certain. Uncertainty is a scent, and people can smell it a mile away. When you hesitate, you give the room permission to ignore you. From this second forward, your niceness is dead. You're replacing it with polite ruthlessness. You will be kind, but you will never be weak. Phase 2, the command of stillness and space. We start with the physical. Most of you leak power through your pores. You're fidgeting, adjusting your watch, or nodding like a bobblehead, while others speak because you're desperate to show them you're listening. Stop. Power is still. Power is efficient. You never look away first. Ever. When you speak, you hold their gaze until the point is finished. If the silence gets heavy, let it stay heavy. The person who breaks the silence first is the one seeking approval. Next, your hands. When you move your hands, it should be to drive a point home, not to burn off anxiety. Stop shrinking. If you're in a chair, lean back. If you're standing, take a wide, grounded stance. You occupy space like you own the deed to the building. If someone enters your personal bubble, do not retract. Force them to navigate around you. Phase 3, the weaponization of articulation. Next, we fix your mouth. Most people leak their powers through filler words and upspeak. The silence vacuum. Kill the ums. Likes. If you don't have the word yet, sit in the silence. It will feel like an eternity to you, but to the room, it looks like absolute self-control. Silence is a vacuum that pulls everyone's attention toward you. The downward inflection. This is non-negotiable. Stop ending your sentences like questions. You aren't asking for validation, you are stating your reality. Speak from your diaphragm, not your throat. A high-pitched voice is the sound of a subordinate. A resonant, deep tone is the sound of a commander. Precision over volume. Don't shout. Shouting is for people who have lost control. Speak at a volume that forces people to lean in to hear you. Make your words a scarce resource. Phase 4. Radical truth and the social smash. Here's where we smash the competition. The truth. We live in a world of curated lies. People are starving for someone who doesn't filter reality to be liked. Call the elephant. If a meeting is a waste of time, say it. If an idea is mediocre, label it. When you stop polishing the truth to protect feelings, you become a beacon of reliability. No explanations. When you say no, don't follow it with a paragraph of excuses. Excuses are just apologies in disguise. I can't do that. It's a full sentence. The discomfort threshold. They might not like you at first. They might call you intense or difficult. They will undeniably respect you because they know exactly where you stand, while they have to guess where everyone else is hiding. Phase 5, the final shift, the presence of a king. Respect isn't a popularity contest, it's a recognition of strength. When you walk into a room, you aren't there to fit in, you are there to be the standard. Stop reactive laughter. Don't laugh at jokes that aren't funny just to be polite. It's fake and everyone knows it. Own your flaws. If you make a mistake, state it plainly. I was wrong. No defense. No shifting blame. There is nothing more powerful than a man who cannot be shamed because he has already claimed his own faults. This is the past. It isn't easy, and it isn't for the faint of heart. But if you want to kill the ghost of version of yourself and become the most powerful version that exists, this is the only way. The Physical Manifesto. Now, the second chapter of this video. The Physical Manifesto. architecture of the unconquerable. If you are fidgeting, adjusting your watch, or nodding like a bobblehead while others speak, you've already lost. Why? Because fidgeting is a physical confession of anxiety. It tells the world you are uncomfortable in your own skin. The stone statue protocol. When you are not speaking, you are still. Not frozen, not tense, still. Your hands are not in your pockets. They aren't picking at your cuticles. And they aren't hiding. They are resting. The death of the reactive nod. Stop nodding to show you understand. It looks like you are begging for the speaker to keep liking you. Listen with a neutral, calm face. If you agree, say it when it's your turn. If you don't, your silence will be much more intimidating than a fake nod. Phase 2. The eye contact to lock. The eyes are the windows to your certainty. Most people look away because the social heat of a direct gaze becomes too much to bear. The flinch you will not. The truth settle hold. You don't look away first. Ever. When you deliver a point, you hold the gaze for 2 seconds after you finish speaking. That forces the other person to process your words under the weight of your presence. The predator versus the prey. Prey animals have eyes on the sides of their heads to scan for threats. Predators have eyes in the front to lock onto a target. When you scan the room nervously, you look like prey. Lock in. Even if you are listening, keep your eyes on the speaker's T-zone. Eyes and bridge of the nose. It signals that you are evaluating them, not being intimidated by them. Phase 3. The economy of movement. When you move with intent. No jerky gestures. No nervous energy. You occupy space like you own the deed of the building. The velocity of power. High-status individuals move slower than low-status individuals. Fast, frantic movements signal that you are reacting to your environment. Slow, deliberate movements signal that the environment is reacting to you. When you reach for a glass of water or open a notebook, do it with a smooth, unhurried flow. The power box gestures. Stop flailing. Keep your hand gestures within the frame of your torso. Wide, uncontrolled swingling makes you look out of control. Controlled, purposeful gestures make your words feel like heavy stones being placed on a table. The center of gravity. The final close. Here's the hardest truth of all. Most of you will watch this, feel a surge of temporary adrenaline, and then walk right back into the world as the same quiet, apologetic ghost you were 10 minutes ago. You'll flinch at the first sign of social tension, and you'll bury your truth the second it becomes inconvenient. Don't. The world doesn't need more actors. It's starving for an anchor. Stop auditioning for a life you already own. Master your stillness, weaponize your honesty, and stop asking for permission to take up the space you were born to occupy. They don't have to like you, but by the time you leave the room, they will damn sure know exactly who you are. Now get out of there and stop being a spectator in your own story. Execute!